I hope traders and investors alike were green yesterday. In this video, we're going to recreate our trading action that we seen from our trading room yesterday. We will not be talking about overall market health. We will be covering that in tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening's weekly recap video or weekly outlook video. In this video, we're just going to talk about what we seen yesterday and what we knew in pre-market coming in. So the next candle, after I hit play, the next candle is going to open up market. So this is what we knew coming into market open. It was OPEC day, and OPEC day, the options expiration week coming into that last day, they do have a particular way that they trade that does fall under our market behavior patterns. Bitcoin was strong. We ended up opening up pretty flat to where we closed yesterday on the previous day, so we were opening up fairly flat. We did have some movement, but still opening up fairly flat. Powell did speak the day before. His tone was fairly hawkish. There's nothing that we haven't heard before, but his tone was fairly hawkish and the market reacted to it. We've also been seeing a lot of our stronger names on our charts. We're seeing them break down one by one and seeing decent moves out of them. We're also seeing earnings come in not as strong as we would like to see so far. That first day, first bank earnings come out, it seemed like things were going to be okay, but more and more of these regional banks are failing. Not trying to throw any fear out there, but we are seeing the economy has been deteriorating. We're seeing earnings deteriorating. It's nothing that we really wasn't expecting. It's getting a little harder to expect that end of the year push, but we'll talk more about that in tomorrow's video. So what we did know at market open, so this is our 5-minute chart. We do have our 5 on the 5 on. Our first candle opened up, tested our 426, 426.12. So I got 426.13 on here, but the actual levels is 426 to 426.12. So I'm just going to go with this right now. So our first 5-minute candle was rejected, still was able to hold the 5 and the 9 on the 5. Now within that first 5 minutes, we knew that breadth was raging higher, so we opened up around a negative 1658, where that's actually where we closed the day before, and on that initial push put us at positive 61. So that's a pretty big move coming off the negative territory, moving all the way back up into positive. And since we got the first 5-minute candle up here, our first 5 breath candles were strong. The 6th candle actually is when we started to change character there. And the flow was actually bearish coming in at market open as well. So if we do go to our 1-minute chart here, we can see that we did come up and test our 426 level and break down. This here is giving us a tower bottom on the 1. So see how we do handle this. We're going to go from play right here on the 1-minute chart. First candle confirms the tower bottom. So that was a scalpable move, and like I said, that's a 1-minute candle, so you got to be quick on those, and this is the kind of moves that I trade. This candle pulls back, turns red, then comes back up. You'll see this candle turn green, and you want to see it start to push to go in, but we're still under the 426, so we have to clear that level with the 9 before we're looking for anything that's trending to the upside, no matter what's going on around us. But on that 6th breath candle, we did turn red and start to pull. Now, it wasn't a major pull at first, and like I say, the flow on the bear side was slightly bearish throughout the day. So we do got the 5-minute chart here. Your second 5-minute candle did try to go up, and you can see that the sellers did come back in and pull that candle back down. We are still above the 5 on the 5 and still above the 9 on the 5 there. So, but we have to get above that level. Your next candle, really strong move up. They really want to take it up, and the sellers really want to keep them down. So we're seeing some pretty tight contraction here. We know there's a battle going on there. We also are expecting chop at market open. And remember, these are 5-minute candles, so we're a few minutes in here. And you can see that we did on that candle, on that 5-minute candle, that never closed above this level. So your 5-minute candle never got to close above this level yet. And we end up getting a strong push up with a set of what I like to just refer to as a simple set of pipes. And this candle right here actually breaking back down, clearing that candle. Clearing this candle line provides a scalp, but we're still playing around in that area, so only quick scalps only if you are trading that. We're still kind of waiting for a real signal here. As of right now, it looks like we are trying to go higher. You can see the higher lows and the higher highs, and then this candle comes ripping down, changes the character, that whole setup right there, because on your 1 you're starting to put in a series of higher highs and higher lows, and this one candle shooting in a new low right there. So that's already changing things up right there on your 1 minute chart. So that's a big sign right there. On the 5, we're still getting rejection, and this candle did close up below your 5 minute 5. So right now we're watching the 5 minute 9. Let's go to the next candle. This candle right here tried to dip below. Quick, easy to fake people out there. Now we just got a 5 minute candle to close up above. On the 1 minute chart, you can see really rocky. We did put in this new low coming back up. Can we put in a new high, or are we going symmetrical triangle-ish? So we just seen a brand new low put in with a brand new high put in. Overall, it could be with a brand new high of a lower high. So, we could look at this as an overall uptrend because you are seeing a higher high there, but lower low here or lower high here. So possible trend change right here. Seeing things get mixed up. This is when you got to start paying attention when you're seeing signs like that, because it's telling you that you possibly have a base being put in. So what I mean by base is some kind of pattern, something to set up for the next move. So your 1 minute candle just dipped back down, still trading within this little symmetrical triangle right now. So let's go ahead and draw that out just for looks here. This is kind of what we're looking at right now, and we're not hugging these candle bodies super tight like we should because the market's sloppy. It's really that simple. The market's been trading really sloppy, so we're leaving a little extra room in there just to get higher probabilities of the trade working. Let's go look at the 5 minute chart here, and you can see at 5. That 5's a little ahead of us, and just kind of give that away. We just did see a 5 minute confirmation outside of this level. First 1 minute candle coming outside of the pattern. My opinion, the target would have been right here, this range low. So that target just got hit. Let's see what we do here. We know we need to get to 9 and 5 outside of the pattern. Nice push down. This closed outside of the BB, and you can see that BB quickly turned right back over right there. So the BB was not leading down right there. So that was a quick sign. Once again, that's a one minute candle. That was a quick clue that that candle wanted to come back in. Let's go to the 5 here. So now we can see this candle outside. Let's see what our next 5 minute candle is going to do. And able to get a very nice, what I like to call wick play, when you have a candle body that trades within the previous candle wick. So that right there for me is a perfect candle or wick play. A lot of traders may not agree with that because it has the wick on the bottom, and they like to see the candle open up and completely trade. I'm not that picky. That candle opened up, went backwards. I prefer to see this trade. This candle opened up and went backwards, retested all those levels, and then snapped back, come back red. You could see the buyer or the sellers, the buyers were trying to push this candle up, and that momentum from pushing that candle up opened up and moved up with this candle right into resistance. And then the sellers were able to come back in when this candle closed below, or I'm sorry, did not close, when this candle moved below the open, below its own open, because it respected the candle line there, and that candle is now turning red. I'm looking for a pull there. In this situation, I probably would have wanted to be below that 50 first because you were so close, but a nice move there on the 5 minute chart. Let's go to the 1 real quick, and you can see right here the 1 minute chart just give us an H sell pattern. We also got the close below. So as of right now, we need to confirm the H sell pattern to go lower. The conservative traders waiting for that confirmation candle to be taken out before, so we need the candle to open up and at least start to move lower. And there you go. That candle right there confirmed, just to get slung right back up into the levels, flagging at the 9 to get broke back down again. So that was a quick move down, confirmed, and moved lower. Would have provided a nice trade. Did whip right back up, and that's kind of what we're expecting. And these can be some pretty tricky moves. I know it looks like you're in a downtrend, but using proper risk management, you can easily get shooken out of these trades. And there's always entries. And on some of these tougher days, if it's a tougher day for you, nothing wrong with locking in profits and keeping the profits smaller and waiting for a better day, for you that agrees with your style better, for you to worry about making more money on days like that. Some days the market just doesn't want to pay for strategies. some pretty clear moves right here. So we had this very H-cell pattern, this move. This is not perfect, but this candle right here closing below was the signal. The next candle opened back up, retested the moving averages. We gapped down slightly on this candle, slightly, which that gap down is indicating that, possible downside coming. And this candle did open up and initially tried to push right back into your 1 minute 9 before getting rejected. Remember that 5 is not normally on the 5-minute time frame, so that green line is normally only on the, or on the 1 minute time frame. It's normally only on the 5. On the 1 is not usually on. So you can see the rejection, and this is why I like to prefer the 9 over the 1. Or over the 5 on the 1 minute chart, is because of the way you can see these perfect touches and rejections. There's a lot of scalpable money in there, especially down here on this breakdown, and you can see we were breaking down into that little symmetrical triangle there for a nice move down. This MACD is screaming lower. So let's go to the 5-minute chart here as well. We're spending a lot of time on the 1. So you can see your 5-minute chart, nice move down. Now this is a very nice move. That's a candle pattern right there that we call the falling 1, and it did close below pre-market levels. So we could definitely see, it may not be the next candle opening up pushing lower at this point, but we could definitely see some more downside on the day right there. We actually just losing our 5-minute MACD, which could suggest, a nice move down as well. Now this 1-minute MACD and price is getting a little stretched down here, but I do want to point out, look at the difference in the price waves. Even though that looked like a pretty volatile move, we didn't come down that far. The wave was not that far in distance. Look at the distance in this wave. So it seems like the waves are actually growing there. That's also a sign of strength and possibly leading to more downside. And we got a couple more down candles there leading down. Now we're seeing a push back up. That's a sign, little set of pipes down here. It's a sign that it probably wants to get back up to the 9, or at least hang out and wait on the 9, which is great because we're riding these bands down here. We like to come back. So I know the Discord's always hearing me wanting to come back to that 9, and this is why you're so extended down here. You get back to that 9, you can look for trades coming back down. And guys, remember, if you don't trade the 1-minute chart, these setups work on all time frames. I do prefer to trade the 1 and 5. I'm watching a lot of different time frames and a lot of different charts all at the same time. But I do prefer to find my trades on the 1 and the 5-minute chart. Remember, if you have a smaller account, look for setups that make sense on the 5 so you can expect a bigger move. We've talked a lot about that, so I'll probably talk more about that in this video. So anyway, at this point, we're kind of looking for a possible push back up to that 9. So we do got a reversal signal here that is actually a piercing candle. The candle did open up below barely and did push up and cover over 67%. So that actually is a piercing candle to me. We can get very technical and find a lot of different patterns. To me, I just look at it simply to keep it very common sense, easy. For me, that's just a pipe down here. I can call it out easy in the Discord, but it does need to confirm. So this is the 3rd candle coming back down, trading within this candle body. So we just went from a pipe to a possible contraction pattern. So we're starting to look at that a little different. Pipes, we were looking for a move up. Contraction patterns telling us it probably wants to hang out here and wait on the 9 to come down to it, but a contraction pattern goes either way. So we're looking for a break, and this right here, we were looking for that contraction pattern, wondering if it would hang out. That candle actually broke down. So your entry here would have been this candle pushing with a strong candle, pushing below that. It's hard to guess whether you're going to get a move like that. So sometimes, unless you have this feeling that the market's really going to go lower, sometimes you got to be careful even trying to take a trade like that. Of course, that's scalpable. Let's go back to the 5 here. Now remember all the signs that we seen up there that we were getting ready to move lower, and then even the price wave stretching out, showing more, probably more downside. Right there, we've got that falling 1, and it seems like, man, we're already down. How can we get another candle? Well, that falling 1 got confirmed. So that was a huge move down on the 5 right there. And if we go back to the 1, and you can see some of the signals into it that were, leading us possible more downside. Now this MACD here is getting really extended, but it still looks like, see how it keeps pinching? It's still pinching down, still suggesting more downside. We're outside of the BB, so we cannot say that the BBs are suggesting more downside here. Let's see what the next candle gives us. and still moving lower. You can see the candle size changing right there. So this nice strong candle, not as strong of a candle. Buyers did try to push it up and got rejected, and they were still able to push it lower, but definitely not as strong of a candle. Then we're seeing a little green spinning top. So back into the BBs with a little green spinning top, waiting for a flag, possible push up to the 9 or a flag. So, or I'm sorry, a flag for a push up to the 9 or a contraction pattern to hang out and wait on the 9. And you can see we decided to go back up and test the 9. So here we need a candle to close below this area right here to go lower. Band still suggesting more downside. We do got the drowning goose setting up on the MACD. Giving out a little tight trading range in here. Really, you can just draw a box. Got our box drawn. What we need here to confirm more downside is confirmation outside of the box, giving us a nice trading range. We're looking for a candle to close. The box is drawn on a 1 minute chart, so we're looking for a candle to close outside of the box on the 1. One more time, bands suggesting more downside below the range low, still angled down. The MACD is suggesting more downside here as well. Got the goose head set up. The histogram bars have been fading, so we are looking to see some darker red histogram bars come in, and we want to see that angle continuing lower on the goose head, and we want to see those that close below candle. And there it is. Just got a candle to, nope, not yet. Not yet. There it is. That candle right there closed out. These candles were hanging out, still waiting on a 9. This candle outside of the box. So at this point right now, we are looking for more downside. Bands are still leading down, watching that MACD to try to turn down as well. Looking for more downside here. And we're starting to get it. Come back up, retest a 9. There's a flag. So this was your confirmation candle. We needed a candle to confirm below that. That candle confirmed below that. Right now, it looks like a contraction pattern sideways. I'm still looking for a break below. Definitely wants to go down. We need a candle to close below this to catch that easy move down. Those bands turned up quickly there, so that's worth taking note as well. The MACD still, or the Bollinger Bands still look bearish. We did lose the MACD. Not Bollinger Bands, the moving averages still look bearish here. And we are, we did lose that bearish MACD. Still very contraction there, very bear flaggish. You could draw a trend line like this. You could hug your candles. For me, I want to be below this area now because that's the lowest point in your range low. Your price waves are getting tight in here, so that's also another that's actually possibly bullish, possible reversal coming. So we just need that confirmation. We need to get below, or if we're looking for a move up, I want to be up above that trading range to go higher if we try to get a reversal. Still right now, it still looks bearish, still looks like it wants price action, still looks like it wants to move lower. Still playing within that line on that candle. This candle closed below, which is giving us a small, like a H sell pattern type move. Let's go out and look at this 5-minute time frame right here, and let's turn the 5 on the 5 on. You can see the 5 coming down here quickly to try to catch up with price. Still a huge move down. Still seeing red lower closes on that 5-minute time frame, and that 5-minute MACD is bearish. Remember, when we were down here, we had said that we were just crossing bearish, so it looked like we had a lot more downside when we were up in this area, and we just were starting to cross bearish. Let's go back to the 1. So we're getting a break below right there. Let's turn the 5 back off. Turn that back off and see what we get here. Continuing to move lower out of that pattern. Bands opening up, suggesting more downside. Band just opened up in both directions there. Nice move down and coming back, retesting. That right there could have definitely got people because that quick reversal there, come back up, retested your 9, took it out, retested your 20, took it out, just to see a big fat change in character there with that doji candle and another strong Morbuzo candle or bearish engulfing candle here, completing an evening star. This candle just confirms your evening star. So if we do go lower, we're looking to break below this range. It's tradable, just confirmed. So price has memory, looking for a move down. Could be a real easy scalp down to this area just because price has memory. You want to take profits quickly for a trending type trade. You need a candle to close below that area. Right there. So we got the target. So we hit the target coming down. One candle, went back up, retested, come back down, and we got to move down for a price as memory type play. Now we're looking for a bigger H sell pattern. So at this point, we need a close below that candle line to suggest more further downside. This evening star is working at this point, and that right there breaking back down out of another flag, moving lower, coming down to test the 422.52 area. So right here, we need a close below, and you can see heading down. So right now we're coming into our 422.52 area. So we would prefer to put in a base here, let the 9 catch up, and try to give us something for a signal for a move in another direction. And you can see price trying to break lower, but at that point, we're not looking for a trending trade to the downside because the 9's not down there. And you can see we're trying to push back up. Want to speed things up a little bit here because we did end up getting a pattern out of this in this area. So you can see right here a little inverted head and shoulders for a move back up. And this is at the time where I was already telling the members about just quick reminders. They know how to trade this stuff, but just quick reminders, you know, that how head and shoulders trade. You can see right here, there's your little breakout. Shoulder, head, shoulder, and we were watching this. We were able to get a close above and get a nice move higher off from that pattern. And this is the point where I'm telling members and reminding them how head and shoulders and inverted head and shoulders trade, just letting them know that we could see a choppy move up basically, and you're going to see moves back down. Since we got the breakout, we're going to look for moves back down. That looks like it's getting ready to drop before going higher, just like a head and shoulders pattern. It's a bearish pattern. You're moving down. They love to give you these real strong bases and flags, look like they're getting ready to bust out, break out, and go back up to the moon before breaking lower. Inverted head and shoulders do the same thing. They love to give you a move down, fake you out, and before reversing, going higher. So let's hit the fast button here. And I want to see this pullback here. So we're pulling back. So on this pullback here, this is when I was doing that reminding that, hey, we're probably going to be reversing, going higher soon. And you can see we come back down into the shoulder area, which we know is not surprised. We come back with the head and shoulders all the time and retest the shoulder areas before reversing and going higher. So just understanding how patterns trade and working within a group who understands how patterns trade through trading tens of thousands of patterns can be super profitable all by itself. Video is getting a little long-winded here, so we're going to go ahead and cut it. I hope you find this video helpful. I hope you can find something useful out of it, and I hope to see you in the trading room. Have a great weekend.